Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Pub Trivia Experience. My name is Chris, and we are here tonight for a little hot seat head-to-head patron-on-patron action. Let's meet our Patreon supporters that are taking place in tonight's game. First up, Chicagoland area, wearing a baseball cap that is not from the worst team in baseball this year. That's improvements there, David. How you doing? What are you drinking?
Are they not the worst team? Because
the Rockies have only won 4 games.
Okay. I forgot about the Rockies, but I thought they were minor league. However, I'm doing great. Love the fact that I get to be here tonight. Brittany and I did a little swapperoo for you, so you get to hear my voice, and I hopefully will bring some puns.
Before the recording, those are some really small shoes to fill.
I know. Yeah.
Big expectations, shockingly small feet.
As for what I am drinking, you've already mentioned my hat. So, from a local brewery here, Noon Whistle. Every year they come out with 2 beers around this time. And I have the Gamiski. It is a hazy IPA, obviously in tribute to the White Sox.
Yeah.
So, if you, I know you're sticking around for a Wrigley game after SparkleCon.
Yep.
If you get up here sooner, they will have this at the cell. If you wanted to go to the White Sox game before SparkleCon. And
I'm gonna say no. Go get your pop. Sorry, I spoke over your pop there. That's a cardinal sin on my part.
You saw I was going for it, so it wasn't that great of a pop, but it is a delicious hazy. So they do a White Sox and they do a Cubs theme one every year. I will have a 4-pack for you. I will find and bring it down.
I'm going to end up going home with a 4-pack of that and somehow 35 gallons of Old Style.
Just buy a keg.
I can't get the keg on. I don't know how to get Old Style down. I need to go to ABC and see if they can just have it shipped. But all right, next up, Iron Matt Coleman. Matt, my friend, how you doing? What are you drinking?
I'm doing good. Happy to be here. I am drinking from a local brewery here. It's Backwoods Brewing. This is it's a little not seasonal, but it sounds good, and I'm wishing for cooler weather already. But this is a pecan pie porter. So we'll see how this is. Delicious.
Yeah.
Props on the pronunciation, though, because the only time it's called a pecan is when it's a pecan pie. Otherwise, it's a pecan.
Yeah.
All right, that joke didn't land. My turn. Ooh, that smells great. This I picked up in the clearance section in Tallahassee, Florida over the weekend. I was up there visiting my brother and my adorable niece. She is so cute, and she cries so much. This is the Let Us Eat Cake Strawberry Shortcake Lager from Florida Avenue Brewery. I can't believe I got this for $6 for a 6-pack. So, cheers. I've never had it. We'll see how it is. That's a freaking strawberry shortcake. Oh my God! Florida Avenue.
$6. Bring a 6-pack up here. I don't know if it'll be good in August, but
honestly, like had I known it was this good, I'd have walked out with the other 2 they had sitting there.
That sounds delicious.
That's incredible.
Great summer beer. All right, gentlemen, we are here to go through our hot seat head-to-head game. And we're going to start with our pregame. Matt, being that you are the visitor, because David's been here before multiple times, you want odds or evens in the hot seat pregame?
Let's go odds.
All right, you're going odds. I mean, David, you are getting the evens. Your hot seat pregame is Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal himself has gone from being an NBA Hall of Famer to being a prolific business owner. He owns several franchises all over the U.S. I am going to name a company. All you got to do is tell me, does Shaquille O'Neal own one of them in his magnetic and huge portfolio? Matt, you opted to go first. First up, Matt, does Shaq own any 24-hour fitness centers?
I have no idea. Let's say he does.
He doesn't own one. He owns 40 24-hour fitnesses. Matt's on the board.
At least one.
But yeah, they have to have at least one.
At least one.
Okay.
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 David, heading over to you. Does Shaq own any 7-Elevens?
7-Elevens are starting to become more of a thing around here because the White Hand Pantry is bought out. Um, so I think I'm gonna go yes.
Unfortunately, not. He is not open 24/7. He does not own any 7-Elevens.
Well, he's open 24/7 for the fitness.
That's true. Matt, we're going over to you next. Does Shaq own any Auntie Anne's pretzels?
Oh, he seems like a man who would love a pretzel. I'm going to say yes.
Yes, he does. He owns 17 Auntie Anne's. Now I want one of them cinnamon sugared pretzels right now. That'd be really good to go along with a strawberry shortcake beer. David, going over to you. Does Shaq own any Five Guys burgers and fries?
I mean, he could probably eat 5 guys worth of burgers, but I'm gonna go with no.
Oh, no, he does. He actually owns 155 Five Guys.
Wow.
Now we know why he needs 40 24-hour fitness.
Yeah.
Shaq making money all over the place. All right, Matt, we're going back over to you here. He owns 155 Five Guys. Matt, tell me, does Shaq own any Krispy Kreme donuts?
I'm going to stick with yes.
He owns a singular Krispy Kreme donut. One franchise.
That's it. One.
One. He cheaped out. What can I say?
Oh. Is it an old mattress store location?
Oh,
Because
God.
that's the ones that are up here.
We don't really have many of them down here in Tampa. So, all right, Dave, we're going to try and get you on the board here. You're going next. Does he own any of the Molly Maid house cleaning businesses?
I think I'm gonna go yes.
No, unfortunately, he does not. He does not own a Molly Maids. Matt, heading back over to you. What about the 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating Company? Does he own any of their franchises?
No.
You know, Matt, for someone who doesn't know anything about this, you're in danger of sweeping the pregame. He does not.
Yeah.
David, what about Papa John's? Does Shaq own any Papa John's?
I think Peyton Manning owns a lot more, so I'm gonna go with no.
Oh, the Shaq-a-Roni pizza was a Papa John's exclusive. He owns 9 Papa John's locations.
Ask a chain pizza restaurant question to the guy in Chicago.
All
We
right.
don't know what chain restaurants are.
You don't know what pizza is either. All right, Matt, heading over to you. Does Shaq own any locations for Sky Zone Trampoline Park?
Ooh, that's tough. Let's try yes.
Oh, the perfect game comes to an end. Shaq does not own any Sky Zone Trampoline Parks. David, we're going to try and get you on the board with this one. Does Shaq own any Sports Clips hairstylists or hairstyling locations?
Like my gut reaction was yes, but then like I look at his head and he's bald. I'm gonna stick with yes.
No, he does not. He does not.
So yeah, perfect game right there.
You are rolling
Pre-game,
the perfect
perfect
game
game.
right now.
Yeah.
All right, that means going into our hot seat round 1, Matt, you've got a 4-0 lead. David, you choose. Do you want to go first or second in hot seat round 1?
I think I'm gonna use this joke before, but I'll go with it again because I am a Pearl Jam fan. Let's even flow.
Even flow it is. That means, Matt, you're going to be going first with the odds. We will even it out at the end of the round. I got 15 minutes on the clock, a nonstop barrage of trivia questions and answers. Your time will begin after I read your first question, Matt. Here we go. Question number 1. Greece is one, but name the other country, one that is solely in the Southern Hemisphere, that has not missed a modern Olympic Games.
Australia?
Australia is correct. David, rock group AC/DC has had more than one lead singer. But who was the first who performed with the band from 1973 until 1974?
You're gonna make me think about this because I know both of them. I'm gonna sound stupid. I want to say Bon Scott.
No, Dave Evans is who we're looking for.
Ooh,
Matt, we're heading over to you. What is the name of the short, flounced, layered skirt that was a popular fashion trend for teenage girls during the 80s?
I have no idea. I don't know this. Poodle skirt.
Oh no, that'd be a rah-rah skirt. Dave, what vehicle was in the title of the single released by Prince in 1983, which was his first song to reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100?
Would that be his little red Corvette?
That would be his little red Corvette. It would, in fact, not be his large blue F 150.
Which was his second hit that hit number one.
That was.
So,
Matt, we're heading over to you. What child star paid for their meal when Harold and Kumar finally made it to White Castle?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris is correct. David, in what decade was the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel formally opened?
today I learned there's a Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. I'm going to go 1960.
Oh, a little too late. 1950 is what we're looking for. Matt, we're going to you. Which REM song was released as a charity single to raise money for the victims of the 2010 Haiti earthquake?
I don't know a later REM song. Losing My Religion.
No, this would be Everybody Hurts.
That's right.
I figured it was a cover. Or it was like a remade.
David,
Yeah.
what is the term for the back end of a ship?
I know this, and I'm not going to be able to dig it out. I'm going to go boot.
No, he was also in the movie Home Alone. That'd be Daniel Stern. It's the Sterns that we're looking for. Matt, in 1988, who became the first female director to have a film gross over $100 million at the box office?
Penny Marshall for Big.
Penny Marshall for Big. That is correct. Dave, Vlasic Pickles has what type of bird as its mascot?
Oh, it's a pelican?
No, it's actually a stork.
Oh, they
Matt.
look the same.
Bwana Devil, BWANA Devil, is notable for sparking which film genre in the 1950s?
I would have asked you for more movie questions, but I don't know this at all. Let's film genre. I don't know if this counts as a genre, but I'm going to say Bollywood.
Unfortunately, not Bollywood. This would be released in 1952, the movie that really kicked off the 3D film craze. David, which Canadian rapper's 2016 album was titled Views?
I can only think of one Canadian rapper. I'm going to go Drake.
It is Drake from State Farm. Matt, we're heading over to you. Which American author and poet penned the defiant line, but still, like dust, I'll rise?
God, this sounds so familiar. Langston Hughes?
No, that'd be Maya Angelou. All right, David. Not adjusted for inflation. What is the highest grossing Best Picture winning film?
Titanic?
Titanic is a correct answer. All right, Matt. Henry James famously remarked that, quote, the two most beautiful worlds in the English language are what?
I'm sorry, did you say worlds or words?
Words. Did I say worlds?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The two most beautiful words in the English language are what?
I have no idea. Love you.
No, that'd be summer afternoon. All right. David, what iconic actor's son played a serial killer in the hit television show Dexter?
I've never seen Dexter. I don't know who the lead is. Let's go with Mick Jagger.
Unfortunately not. It's not the lead. He was actually a competing serial killer. That'd be Colin Hanks.
Okay.
Matt, what legendary entertainer was buried with $1,008 so he'd always have enough money to play cards?
God, it feels like there could be a lot of different people. Let's go with Johnny Cash.
No, unfortunately, it'd be George Burns, who was buried, I believe, with 10 $100 bills, a 5 and 3 ones. All right, David, what clothing brand that was not popular when I was a kid, but is now quite popular, is credited with inventing the hoodie?
I'm trying to figure out if there's something where I can distinguish when you were a kid. I wear hoodies all the time. Most of them are Fruit of the Loom. So I'm going to stick with that.
Not a bad guess. These are things that we just could not. We wouldn't. They weren't. No one wore them when I was a kid. They were Champion. Champion invented the hoodie. Champion, quite popular now. Kids everywhere wear it.
Yes, you and I are of different generations.
Matt, we're moving over to you. What is the name of Captain Ahab's ship in Moby Dick?
The Pequod.
The Pequod is correct. David, who was the first American chemist to receive a Nobel Prize? He was selected in 1914 for his precise determination of atomic weights.
I'm going to go with Lucky Johnson.
No, Lucky Richards would have been a good one. That'd be Theodore Richards.
Okay.
Matt, the TLC reality series Sister Wives has been described as a real-life version of what cable drama series?
I've been subjected to far too many episodes of Sister Wives in my household. Big Love.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Big Love is a correct answer. David, how many pyramids make up the pyramids of Giza? We're looking for the core pyramids, not the other pyramid-like groups that are part of the complex. We're looking for the core pyramids.
3.
3 is a correct answer. I had to look that one up as well because the others are just considered part of the complex, not actually pyramids. Matt, heading over to you. In Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which character says, "We're all mad here"?
The Mad Hatter.
No, it's the Cheshire Cat.
Mm.
David, what was the name of the necklace the treasure hunters were looking for in Titanic?
I've been doing so much Titanic like trivia and knowledge recently. Is that the Pearl of the Ocean?
No, it's the Heart of the Ocean. I cannot.
Ah, damn it!
Matt, in which country did workers clearing the jungle for bananas find large stone spheres that were sculpted by pre-Columbian people?
God, I feel like the annoying part is I think I know who the people are, but I don't know. I am going to say Nicaragua.
Oh, you're in the right part of the world. It's Costa Rica. David, what first lady was responsible for establishing the Let's Move initiative, promoting exercise and better food in schools?
I'm gonna go with Nancy Reagan.
Oh no, much later, Michelle Obama.
Oh,
Matt, according to a classic tune from Porgy and Bess, the living is easy during what time?
Oh, what? Things I'm not up on. Porgy and Bess. Summertime.
Summertime is a correct answer. David, what iconic fashion brand is known for its iconic double G logo?
Gucci popped up to mind. I can't get it out of my head. I can't think of anybody else that might be there, so I'm gonna go with Gucci.
Gucci is a correct answer. Matt, by definition, Angora wool comes from one of two animals. The Angora goat is one. What is the other?
I'm going to say alpaca.
No, it's actually from the Angora rabbit.
Uh,
All right. Dave, within 1 year either way, in what year was the first iPod released?
I believe that happened in 2000, between 2 and 1. I'm gonna stick with 2001.
2001 on the nose, nicely done. Matt, heading over to you. What Asian country changed its capital in 1868 to its current capital city? Both the pre and post 1868 capitals are anagrams for one another.
Japan.
Japan is a correct answer. And that is the end of Hot Seat Round 1, but we do have an odd number of questions. David, that means you're going to get one extra question here, one question to even it out. Here we go. Nadia Comaneci became the first gymnast ever to be awarded what? It was at the 1976 Games when she was just 14 years old.
Was that a perfect score?
A perfect score is a correct answer. She got a perfect 10 in 1976. All right.
Yeah.
We got some points to tally up here. How do y'all think you did?
I did shit.
Poorly.
Yeah, no, you have my ass kicked. You're like double or triple on me.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
I have 4. You have like 12.
Neither of those are true. You both picked up 7 that round,
Really?
which means, Matt, you have got an 11-7 lead going into your halftime round.
Huh. I also appreciate the Apple question. So, do you know who I work for?
I don't. I'm assuming Apple
Yeah.
or Samsung.
Yeah. No, Apple.
Is your web browser set to Bing.com? Bing
What's
it on,
Bing?
baby. All right.
What's Bing?
Exactly. We are moving on to our halftime question. Gentlemen, your halftime question category is in the Big Four sports. This is a matching game. Your halftime round is worth 20 points. You will get 5 points for each correct answer. I am going to name 4 names. Those 4 names represent the longest tenured head coaches in Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NHL, and the NBA. You have to tell me which sport they are aligned to and what team they currently coach.
Okay, so these are current.
These are current coaches.
Okay.
They are the longest reigning tenured coaches of their respective teams. I'm going to give you the coaches. You tell me which sport they're a part of and what team they're currently coaching.
Okay.
Okay.
Your coaches are Eric Spolstra, John Cooper, Kevin Cash, and Mike Tomlin. Again, that's Eric Spolstra, John Cooper, Kevin Cash, and Mike Tomlin. Locked in when you're ready.
I'm locked in.
This played harder than I thought it was going to. I'm locked in.
All right. I'm going to name the coach. You tell me which sport they're coaching and what team they are coaching with. We'll start off with Eric Spolstra. David, your answer.
I don't follow coaches a lot, but that name popped out, and I'm thinking that's the Major League Baseball.
And what team?
I'm gonna go with Seattle Mariners.
Matt, what did you go with?
He is now currently the longest tenured coach in the NBA after Popovich had to resign due to health issues, and he coaches for the Miami Heat.
That is the impetus for this question. Spolstra is a coach with the Miami Heat. 5 points from Matt. NBA is what we're looking for there. Next up, John Cooper. Matt, start us off.
I have no idea who John Cooper is, so I'm going to guess it's an NHL coach. And I guess the Tampa Bay Lightning.
David.
Yeah, John Cooper really didn't stand out, so I went NHL. But I actually went to one of my favorite cities, Boston Bruins.
John Cooper is an NHL coach. And one of the reasons we call it Champa Bay, he is the coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. You picked 5 points.
I almost picked the Bruins, but I thought they fired their coach somewhat recently, or changed coaches somewhat recently. So I could be completely wrong, but that's why I did not pick the Bruins.
A little over a decade ago, the Bolts fired Guy Boucher and hired, I believe he was their minor league affiliate coach, John Cooper. But moving on, next coach we have Kevin Cash. David.
And now I realize the errors in my way that you said Cash, not Nash. I was thinking this was the NBA. And I went with the Phoenix Suns, and I'll be honest, I want to change it now because I know where it's at.
Matt.
I wish it was Kevin Nash, the professional wrestler, was the coach of this team. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I know it's Major League Baseball. I don't know where this name should be familiar, but I don't know it. So I guess the Minnesota Twins.
Kevin Cash played his college baseball at Florida State University, my alma mater. And for the past 11 seasons, he took over for Joe Madden as the coach of the Tampa Bay Rays. That means Mike Tomlin is last. Matt, what'd you have for Mike Tomlin?
This is the NFL, and it's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
David.
This is why I wanted to ask if I can get bonus points for calling out the coach, because we knew it was Steelers great in the NFL.
NFL is correct. Pittsburgh Steelers is correct. That means coming out of the halftime round, Matt, you've taken a little bit of a lead here. You picked up 15. David, you picked up 5. Your score is right now 26-13. And that means, David, you get to choose. Do you want to go first or second in a hot seat round 2?
I knew a little bit more of the first round questions, but this game has just been tough. And why go ahead and ruin it? I'm gonna stick with number 2.
You're stick with number 2. That means, Matt, you're going to go first. 15 minutes on the clock. Time begins after I read your first question. Here we go. Matt, what Wyoming natural wonder was the first U.S. national monument when it was established in 1906?
I'm going to say Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower is correct. David, which rock star had a hit reality television show on MTV from 2002 until 2005?
Do we get a name of the television show?
No.
No. 2002 to 2005.
Yep.
Is that Flavor Flav?
No, that'd be
I don't
Ozzy
know.
Osbourne.
Okay.
But I couldn't give you the name of the show. Matt,
Okay.
which Lego Technics theme became one of the company's biggest selling properties ever and helped save the company from financial crisis?
I'm going to guess Star Wars.
No, this would be a theme they have called Bionicle.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dave, what term for a large type of timepiece came from an 1876 song written about an object in the George Hotel in Yorkshire, England?
Big Ben.
No, that'd be a grandfather clock.
Okay.
Matt, what is the name of the beach in Rio de Janeiro that hosted a staggering 3.5 million attendees for a Rod Stewart concert?
I knew the reverse of this. Let's say, I don't know, Playa Azul.
Not a bad guess. This is the Copacabana Beach.
It was. I should have just said it.
Dave, famous for their headwear, the British clothing company Kangol, Kangol, features what animal that is not native to the UK on their logo?
Would that be a kangaroo?
That would be a kangaroo. Matt, what are the 3 colors on the Pan-African flag?
Red, black, and green.
Red, black, and green is correct. David, the hot seat does giveth and taketh away. Ozzy Osbourne was the lead singer of which heavy metal band from 1968 until 1979?
Black Sabbath.
You got 2 Titanic questions and 2 Ozzy questions in one game. That's insane. Matt, what song did Paul McCartney allegedly pen for John Lennon's son, Julian?
Hey Jude.
Hey Jude is correct.
That's where it gives.
David, what is the most common type of galaxy in the observable universe?
Those are words. Is it Milky?
It is not. It is elliptical. Matt, what regal American rock group featuring family members named their band in honor of their grandfather?
Let's try the Kings of Leon.
Kings of Leon is correct. How did you pull that out?
I knew what the word regal meant, and that was the first band that came to mind. And I knew it wasn't named after somebody in the band.
Nicely done. David, Aer Lingus is the national airline of what country?
Thailand. I have no clue.
It's a land country. It's the Republic of Ireland. Matt, we're heading over to you. In what year was the film Jaws released?
1975.
75 is correct. David, riboflavin is also known as which vitamin?
I'm just gonna go with D.
Oh no, that'd be vitamin B2. Matt,
Okay.
who is known as the father of modern chemistry?
I'll just say, no, that's wrong. Mendel.
No, it's Lavoisier.
Yeah.
David, what Friends actor jumps up on stage to dance with Bruce Springsteen in Dancing in the Dark?
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox is correct. Matt, from 1898 to 1901, what country experienced a popular uprising known as the Boxer Rebellion?
China.
China is correct. David, what is the name of Shrek's wife in the film of the same name?
Fiona.
Fiona is correct. Matt, Which one of the following artists was not a surrealist? Would that be Salvador Dali, Joan Miro, or Claude Monet?
Monet.
Monet is correct. David, in what country would you find the Bay of Pigs?
Cuba?
Cuba is correct. Matt, because it was invented by Eugene Rimmel in the 1800s, Rimmel is used in France to refer to which type of cosmetic?
Let's try lipstick.
Not a bad guess. It'd be mascara. David, which continent lies in the northern, southern, eastern, and western hemispheres?
Could it be Africa?
That would be Africa. Matt, the subject of a famous Revolutionary War poem, "The Shot Heard Round the World," was fired in which U.S. state?
I wish you would have asked me the city. It'd be Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is correct. You're going between the two, aren't you?
I was.
All right. David, what adorable nickname, or maybe it's her real name, does Thurston Howell III call his wife on Gilligan's Island?
Daisy?
No, he calls her Lovey.
Lovey, okay.
Matt, in 1901, which German brand of car released their first model?
I'm going to go with BMW.
No, this would be Mercedes. Unfortunately, Mercedes-Benz would also not be a correct answer. While they were part of the same company, they were not releasing names under the name Mercedes-Benz at the time. They were releasing as Mercedes or Benz. Moving along, David, which creature was made an official citizen of Shinjuku section of Tokyo in 2015?
Godzilla?
Godzilla is correct. Matt, a baby kangaroo is known by what name? A common boy's name in English.
Joey.
Joey doesn't share food is a correct answer. David, how many legs does a lobster have?
Legs, I'm gonna go with 6.
That's 10 legs.
Okay.
Matt, which of these is not one of the BRIC countries that coordinate multilateral policies? Would that be Brazil, Romania, India, or China?
Romania. It's Russia.
It is Russia. Yep. David, what singer has the alter ego known as Sasha Fierce?
Lady Gaga?
No, that'd be Queen Bee herself, Beyonce.
Yeah, okay.
Matt, we're heading over to you. Quote, "And the way the sunlight plays upon her hair" is a line from which 1966 song?
I have no idea. Eleanor Rigby.
Oh, wrong band. "And the way the sunlight plays upon her hair, I'm picking up good vibrations."
I was like, it's Beach Boys. I couldn't name the song.
All right, David, what iconic festival is held at the Black Rock Desert in Nevada?
Poor man. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna kick myself in the ass.
You give me a guess?
Poor man.
So close. If you're in the desert and you're a man, you're probably a Burning Man.
There it is.
Matt, what musical comedy featured a popular high school basketball star and a shy, academically gifted new girl in school who both find they share a secret passion for singing?
High School Musical?
High School Musical is correct. David, the bob cut haircut was popularized in the 1960s by which famous hairdresser who I know better for their hair care line?
Is that Paul Michel?
No, that'd be Vidal Sassoon.
Okay.
Matt, thanks to its surging high-tech sector, what U.S. capital city did Forbes rank as, quote, America's most wired back in 2010?
I have no idea. Atlanta.
Not a bad guess. A little bit north. It'd be Raleigh, North Carolina. David, what planes completed the first circumnavigation of the Earth using only solar power in 2016?
Those are words. Drone. I don't know.
No, the name of that plane would be the Solar Impulse 2.
Okay.
Matt, in 1965, David Miller was the first person prosecuted for burning what publicly?
A flag?
No, he burned his draft cards.
Oh, that makes sense.
David, what was the title of Lauryn Hill's debut solo album, released in 1998 to critical acclaim?
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is correct. Matt, what is the only American football team to go a whole season undefeated, including all the way through the Super Bowl?
The 1972 Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins is correct. David, we're moving over to you here. In the comedy duo Laurel and Hardy, what is the first name of Stan Laurel's partner?
Abbott.
Unfortunately, not Abbott. That will bring us to the end of Hot Seat Round 2. His name is Oliver Hardy.
I'm gonna start with a vowel. Yeah.
All right. Coming out of Hot Seat Round 2. David, you're picking up 8. Matt, you're picking up 12. Your scores going into the wager round 38 to 21. Matt has got a 17-point lead. All right. It's wager round time. And here's how this game is going to go. You've got your points. In the wager round, you will lose your points if you get the question wrong, so it's still anybody's game. I am going to give you 3 categories. You can break up your wagers amongst those 3 categories in however fashion you want. You can wager it all. You can bet 0. It's completely up to you, but there are 2 rules. 1, you must bet whole numbers only. 2, your total wager cannot exceed the amount of points you have right now, so wager accordingly. Gentlemen, are you ready for your wager round categories?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Your wager round categories are food and drink, geography, and video games. Food and drink, geography, and video games. Lock in your wagers now. Wagers are locked in. Let's go ahead. Let's get ourselves a winner. Starting with question number 1. The category is food and drink. The bark of the sassafras tree is used to make 2 types of soft drinks. One is the sarsaparilla. What is the other more common soft drink, whose name most definitely does not point towards bark?
Locked in.
Locked in.
That was quick. All right, question number 2. Your category was in geography. With a capital city of Belmopan, Belmopan, name the small Central American country in which English is the official language.
Locked in.
I'll lock in.
All right. Question number 3. Your category was in video games. Now a multi-billion-dollar international hit covering film, television, manga, video games, and oh so much more, Pokemon has evolved from somewhat humble beginnings. It was first launched as a pair of role-playing video games on the Game Boy. Those 2 games are often associated with colors. What 2 colors is the original Pokemon release associated with?
Locked in.
Locked in.
All right. Well, it's time to go piece by piece through this. Let's get this party started. Question number 1, the category was food and drink. The bark of the sassafras tree is used to make 2 different types of soft drinks. One is a sarsaparilla. What is the other more common soft drink whose name most definitely does not point towards bark? Let's go, David, your answer and your wager.
I went ahead and I don't know what I did with wagering. I put 8 on this one. I was like, I like the drink. I like food. But I ended up picking root beer.
All right, Matt, your answer and your wager.
I also like food and drink, but not enough to wager on it, so I wagered 0, but also said root beer.
That's because it is root beer. Nicely done to both of you. David, you've closed the gap there. It's now 29 to 38. Question number 2. With a capital city of Belmopan, name the small country in Central America where English is the official language. Matt, your answer and your wager.
I also wagered 0 on this question, and I said Belize.
David, your answer and your wager.
Go big or go home. So I put another 8 here, even though I don't know geography, and Guapo's gonna send me like an atlas soon. I put Panama.
Well, it is an alliteratively named capital city and country. That would be Belize. So no points changing hand for Matt. David, you're going to lose 8. That's going to bring you back to 21. It all comes down to question number 3. The category was in video games. We're looking for the 2 colors associated with the first role-playing games released by Pokemon on the Game Boy. David, your answer and your wager.
For some reason, I decided to only go 3. Because I figured I wanted to keep a few points if I lost everything. But Pokemon, I know shit about, but I always thought there was a red and blue, so that's what I put.
Matt, you're answering your wager.
I also did not bet a lot. I bet 5 on this, and like you, I never played this, but I also knew there was a red and blue, so I said red and blue.
So there is a red and a blue. The original version that launched all the way back in 1996. There was Pokemon Red and there was Pokemon Green. Then they would eventually
Wow.
go on to launch Pokemon Yellow after that. The blue version did not come until later. But no one got the points there. It doesn't matter. That is going to leave us with a final score. 33-18. Matt, you're picking up the win tonight, my friend. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So we got some demons exercise tonight. Did y'all have fun?
Yeah.
That was
Mostly.
convincing, dude.
Yeah.
There were some rough questions in there. There was just things that, like David
On
said,
both
they were
sides.
words. They
On
were
both
definitely
sides.
words. Yeah.
It wasn't like one of us got the easy questions, the other one got the hard.
No,
There was a lot of yours that I was like, oh yeah, I think I like the second set, but
I was a
Yeah.
pretty equal opportunity offender there. I apologize, but you know what? It does give it and take it away. If you've listened to the show before, there are some rounds that are just wicked easy. But I had fun tonight. I hope you all did too. Thank you for both being supporters of the show. We really do appreciate it. Before we go, this is your chance to go ahead and plug anything you want to plug or give a shout out to any causes that you want to give a shout out to. We'll start off with David.
I always say play local, drink local. And in that case, if you're in the Chicagoland area, check out Look at Courage. That's Courage with K. Small little company that I don't know if any of you guys have heard of them. But we do go ahead and have a couple trivia nights every week, including Tuesday nights, where I usually host, even though it's Tuesday now. But yeah, you can always follow us on Linktree, .com/the Courage. I don't know how that works. Either which way, it's been a blast. Support PTE, but you're listening already. And it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys again.
Always
Thank you.
fun, David. Matt, over to you.
Yeah, I'll just echo what David said. Those are all great causes. I don't really have any that I would necessarily say other than, support all the great shows that are out there, which you're already doing if you're listening to this. So keep doing that. And it's always a nice set of entertainment to get through the weeks in what are difficult times for a lot of people right now. So we appreciate all the hard work you put in.
I appreciate you two jumping on and playing some trivia with me tonight, and on short notice, no less. On short notice. But I had a lot of fun. Hey, listen, if you want to support the show, if you want to be like David and be like Matt here, you can head over to patreon.com/PTEBB. That is not just for PTE and BB. That is for everything on the PTE network. We are pushing towards, and we're so close, y'all. We are legitimately getting so close to having an editor for all of the core shows. That means every episode of PTE, Verboten, Frenemy, and Boozy Bracketology getting covered. Yeah, Skillet Brew and Draft Days are still new. They're going to be on there as well. But the push right now is to get the core 4 shows, the original 4 shows, with every episode covered by an editor. And y'all, we are so close. If you can support the show financially, please do so. That would be amazing of you. If you do, shoot me a message, Chris@pubtriviaexperience.com. We'll get you on our show as well. You heard enough from me. Check the show notes for the Discord server, the Facebook group, the merch store, all that crap that you want to look at. It's there, I promise. Otherwise, I had too many to drink and didn't put it on there. And if that's the case, you have my email address. Hey, take care of yourselves. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.